All right, so we've been practicing having Finn go into the car. The lighting is a little bit odd, so with the shade, so we might have to lighten this up in YouTube. But basically, we practice a lot, we let him sleep. Dogs actually categorize what they learn while they sleep. So after we let him sleep and tried it again, he got much better at this. So this might get a little bit dark, but I'm gonna have Lydia kind of walk sideways that way and back up that way so you can kind of, well, actually, I'm gonna have you come around this way. And when I'm walking him toward the car, I want to keep a little bit of momentum. I'm not pulling him, I'm just helping guide him a little bit. So come on a little bit further here so you can watch this. So I'm going to be on this side of him so that he can go up there. And don't stop when you get to it. I want to carry a little momentum. Come on, Finn.
Good boy.
Before, I mean, it took a lot of repetitions. Now, I'd like the guardian, when her sister comes by, to practice the same thing. Have both doors open. Make sure not next to this the deck area here. We want more space, so maybe even go even further back. Okay. Is it better lighting now?
Come on, Finn,
and so that way, I don't want him to feel, again, constricted. But we're going to do this a couple more times. We'll do it off camera, just so he gets a little bit more muscle memory. But for him, he just exited the car on his own. Now, he's not a fan of this, but if we do this more and more often, that's going to help him feel more comfortable and more relaxed with this whole ritual. Look at that. He's coming on his own. This is amazing. Come here, buddy. Very good. If you're going to come back, I'll help guide you in there one more time. Let's see if you can do it on your own.
All right, let's
Come on,
go.
Finn.
Come on.
Come on, buddy. You can do it.
Finn.
Come on, buddy.
Finn.
You can do it. Yay, Finn. Yay. Come on, buddy. Go in there.
Come on, Finn. All
2.
right, good.
So we're going to keep on practicing this. Now, here's the last little thing I'm going to mention for this. Once we get him in the car, we don't want to start taking him for rides until he pretty much just hops in the car, jumps on this, or hops in on his own. Now, when we do go for a ride, because he's probably not very practiced, and guardian doesn't think he's ever been in a car before. So when we're driving, we want to do it when there's not going to be any traffic. It's going to be nice and easy, and I'd like to really let the car idle down the street. So we want to start braking far in advance, so it's very, very soft and very slow. No hard turns, no heavy accelerating, no heavy braking. And the first trip, just maybe go around the block. I would go 1 block first and come back, and then let him out and let him decompress. Now, he can do things to put him in his position to succeed for this, getting him some exercise first and letting him have a recovery period so he sleeps and he's not breathing heavy, and then bring him back in here and then try to go for another trip. So when we do this, we want to keep the trips very short at first, maybe just around the block. He's exiting on his own. We'll see if he'll come back around a 3rd time. And eventually we want to go maybe 2 blocks and then 3 blocks. But again, keep it very progressive, very slow on the starts and stops until we can get to the point where it's just natural for him. Now, if he's breathing really heavy, he's licking his lips, you're seeing bubbles come out here, those are signs that he's a little bit stressed out. So if that's the case, we might have to go for that, just idle around and go around 1 block several days in a row until he's comfortable with that. But if he seems tense or he's breathing heavy, he's drooling a lot, then that's a good sign that he's a little bit stressed. We want to make sure these are positive experiences. So eventually we can take him for rides with us and drive normally, and he's comfortable with that. All right, so this is the conclusion of getting Finn to go in the car on his own accord.